All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's live stream where we're going to take a look at crypto and Forex. As usual, we've had some amazing moves from Bitcoin last week, obviously. So we're obviously going to be focusing on crypto a little bit, look at Bitcoin, see if we do see any signs of that high time frame market reversal that we see everyone talking about on Twitter. I mean, the sentiment here is just extremely bullish, and usually what I when you see a move like this, which haven't really broken the high time frame structure, we're going to be looking closer on Bitcoin, obviously, and like it hasn't really broken the. I mean, it's looking very good, right? But it hasn't really broken the high time frame structure, and everyone's just extremely bullish. It kind of gets me thinking, and we need that confirmation. Like I really do need that confirmation to start thinking that we're in that high time frame bull market again. We're going to be looking at trading the prolonged uptrends, right? So I'm playing it a bit safe, and but still, I'm just going to be following the RLZ slingshot system. So we're going to be updating on what's going on in the trading room, and man, tomorrow we have some exciting announcements. Some really good stuff is happening tomorrow, so really looking forward to that. Today's live stream is just going to be a little bit shorter. I just want to update you guys on what's going on and what my plans are, right? And I don't know if you guys remember, but like last week was really good, right? Last week was really good in the trading room. And when I say trading room, I'm basically also talking about my personal trading, because everything I do in the trading room and is just mirroring my personal trading profits. So let's take a look at this. So this is the journal, right? So last week we had a pretty good journal. I'm going to start being very transparent with the way I'm trading. And you can see that December was a losing month. January is now a 5.6% winning month. And last week, which is this one right here, we had a very good week. And the monthly results is now 1 loser, 4 winners, and we're at around 5.6% in profit. Now, because of the fact that this was a very good week, I have to be very careful with how I'm approaching the market this week, because usually some of my biggest losses comes after a good winning week. So got to be very careful with the way I'm approaching the market here. Now let's take a look at Bitcoin right here. I said, last week I said we are hitting the weekly 20 EMA right here, and that is most likely going to act as resistance. And I'm thinking that the likely move would be a retest of the 18K region. Now that obviously did not happen. Bitcoin is just insanely strong. Like this move, just in my opinion, I think it caught a lot of people by surprise. So what's happening now on Bitcoin is we're reaching this pretty obvious resistance area right here. I'd say the resistance area is between, let's just say between 20 and 21K roughly. So this is the region that if we get above this level, you can also see on the weekly that it's a major level on the weekly as well. And we reclaim the weekly 20 EMA and the 21 EMA. Some people watch the 20, some people watch the 21. It doesn't really matter that much. They're very similar, right? And so we have reclaimed the major moving averages, and the weekly 20 and 21 is a pretty good indication of the overall trend. When we stay above it, it's usually good. Below it, it's usually bad, and that's basically it. So reclaiming the weekly 20 EMA is obviously a very good thing for Bitcoin. We can see that we're in this resistance area right now, and I'm just going to stay true to the idea of breakout levels tends to get retested. Right now, the idea was to hit the weekly 20 and then retest the breakout area at 18K. That obviously never happened, right? But now if you look at the weekly, I'm just going to assume that we have a similar structure going on here. And right here is the weekly 20 EMA right now. So let's just add a level here. So we're just going to do weekly 20 EMA. Now that fits quite well with this level right here, the level we had drawn previously. I'm just going to remove these levels here because I don't think they make a lot of sense at this point. So I'm just going to assume that, you know, it's a pretty decent level right here. I quite like this level. So if we're looking for some sort of retest of the breakout level on the higher time frame, this looks absolutely very possible for a move down here and perhaps hit the weekly 20 EMA area for Bitcoin before a move higher. Or and of course, if we come down and we start trading around that level, of course, it's going to be also a clear invalidation level. I mean, if we go lower, obviously that would be very bearish. All right, so before we go into lower time frames, let me just say thank you for Prime XPT for sponsoring the live stream. And if you're a crypto only trader, you should definitely try out the Forex Trader. That's what we're trying to do in the RLZ Trading community. We're trying to teach crypto traders to also trade the Forex market, to diversify your investments and try different markets. Because when I traded crypto and I switched over to Forex, I saw that my gains became much more consistent, and my system just works so well in the Forex market. So with Prime XPT, you can actually use your crypto to trade the Forex market. So sign up by using the link in the description below. And if you use the code LIBS42, you will also get up to a 7K deposit bonus. So definitely check that out. And guys, tomorrow we have a huge announcement. So make sure you are signed up to the newsletter. It's completely free. I'm not sure if it's the right link in the description of the video. Let me actually check that real quick to see if it's actually the right link. And it's actually not the right link. The link it's on Substack. So you have to go to RLZ Trading.substack.com to sign up to that newsletter. And we're going to be sending out, and also you can check out my Twitter. We're going to be sending out the announcement there as well. So definitely get ready for that one. So that's basically it on Bitcoin. Now, you guys know me. I'm very strictly, I'm a trader. I'm more of a trader than an analyst, right? So I really do like doing analysis for you guys, showing you where I think Bitcoin might go and where the probabilistic outcome for Bitcoin is, like that, looking at charts and drawing levels and doing that in analytics, right? I really do like doing technical analysis, but what I really love doing is following a strict process of my trading plan and my trading system. And what I'm doing here on Bitcoin is something different. Like, I don't really care if like, honestly, I don't care what Bitcoin does. Like, I don't care if it pumps or dumps or whatever. I'm just going to be trading whatever signals my system is giving me, right? So if Bitcoin is pumping, I'm not going to be making a lot more money on Bitcoin pumping. Where I make the money is because, let's be honest, I'm making much more money from my swing trading than I would ever do with my long-term holds. Like, as a holder, you know, I need a shit ton of money in specific long-term positions to make more money than I make on my trading account. Because on my trading account, you know, I can have much more money on my trading account because it's much safer, right? If I invest, let's say, if I have 100K in my trading account, I can, you know, easily make, you know, somewhere between 2 and 10% profits a month on that 100K. But I don't really feel like just throwing 100, because the average drawdown on my trading account is like 4%, right? So if I take that 100K and put it into Bitcoin, yeah, I mean, if I would have done this here, I would have made like 30%. Awesome, right? 30% on the account. But you got to remember, the drawdown on my trading account is like no more than 4% on average. That means if Bitcoin pumps, if Bitcoin dumps 20%, I'm gonna lose so much more money than if I'm just putting it in my trading account. So my trading account is just slow and steady growth, which I really do like. So I'm more focused on my actual trading account. That's where I have most of my money. I use it almost like a savings account, right? Because I'm used to making much more money by having all of my money in my trading account and trading that for a, nice 5% gain on a month, which at the end of the year would be over, I believe, 80% profit. So it's pretty good, pretty good. What I'm saying is I could give you all different ideas of where I think Bitcoin is going, but um, let's just, instead of that, let's talk about developing systems and trading the trend and looking at what we should be focused on if we want to be consistently profitable traders. Now, if you want to be long-term traders, long-term holders of Bitcoin, that's one thing. And if you want to be a long-term holder of Bitcoin, I would just recommend you to dollar cost average. Well, use dollar cost average if you have a time horizon of 5 to 10 years, right? But when it comes to trading, you got to be very disciplined, very strict. I want to take the best trade. So where is the next trade for Bitcoin? Well, let's go to the RLZ slingshot layout right here, and let's take a look at BTC USD on Bitstamp. So where is the next trade? Like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like, yeah, this was a decent trade here. Like, obviously, like, if we kept that open, it would be a pretty big winner. But honestly, guys, like, when I see something like this, there's just not going to be a trade. Like, there might be a decent trade here, something like this, and we might want to see a move like this. But usually, when I open up a chart and I see a huge, like, 4-hour parabolic move like this one, what I first have to do is I have to wait for this move to kind of calm down and cool down, right? Because the move has already happened. The move has already happened. Now we need to see kind of reset and for it to calm down. So for me, like, I look at this and I'm like, yeah, it's nice. I have a Bitcoin holding. It's up, and profit on that one. That's pretty cool. But still, I'm more focused on the short-term trading ideas. And when a Bitcoin looks like this, and you're waiting for the price of Bitcoin to kind of reset or to cool down, you're obviously going to have the same perspective on altcoins, right? So it's going to be the same idea with altcoins. I'm basically going to be having a idea of being being a little wow, look at this. Holy shit. This was a rather good entry right here. So as you can see right here, like, the trades have already happened, right? The trade has already happened, and the moves has already happened. So now it's time to let altcoins and Bitcoin calm down. But I still want to go through this to see if I do see anything that I'm kind of liking for a possible trade. And I don't think so. I do have a feeling that we're at the end of this current move. Looking at the behavior of now this long signal here on BNB is just beautiful. Check this out. It's just absolutely beautiful. I really like this one. That long signal, bullish pin bar, right? Like, taps the reload zone is beautiful right here. That's a good one, but we're now coming down lower. We lost the weekly open. And if we look at the behavior of this trend, I kind of do feel like the current move that we have been seeing here for the last week or two. Yeah, 2 weeks. I would say 2 weeks. So we had like 2 weeks of bullish price action on altcoins. And I do feel like, looking at the behavior, like the historic behavior of these trends, I kind of feel like 2 weeks seem like a good, looking at the timing aspect of it all, I kind of do feel like 2 weeks seems to be a good place for time to kind of calm down. And you can also see the behavior of BNB. You can look at a dot, this current move right here. It's it kind of showing the same strength and momentum like all the other moves that have been bear market rallies, right? So what I'm seeing is like there's no point in trying to catch this move, and even if this does not retrace, it's going to retrace and give us a setup at some point. The risk is that we're FOMOing into this based on something completely different than the system. And if we keep if we start following something completely different than our system, we don't really know what the statistics of that is. So it's better just to wait for something obvious to appear. And like, let me show you an example of what we want to see. So could be XMR here. Like XMR, insanely strong. I know I said it before, one of the strongest altcoins in the market right now. It's just insanely strong. Not sure why, but it's just very, very strong from a technical perspective. All right, so XMR is a little bit lower than what I would have wanted it. So actually, I think maybe BNB, like this setup on BNB is good example. Let's see if we have anything else. Like I want to have like a really good example. All right, so Dodge looks good. So imagine if you find an altcoin chart that you're able to draw a fib from a clear low to a clear high. And what you want to see is you want to see the reload zone, the RLZ. You want to see that level being confluent with a major support and resistance area that is visible on the daily. So if you go to the daily on Dodge right here, you'll see that you can add a horizontal level kind of like this, right? So it kind of incorporates most of the price action here, right? Now, if you go to the 4-hour, you'll see that I've put the fib on that low because it kind of looks like, it kind of looks like this is a move, right? So the low here of that fib to the all the way up to the high. Now imagine if you didn't have these wicks right here. Now imagine if you did not have these wicks and the price action would be more rounded. So if you had a more rounded price action like this one, then comes down into the reload zone, and preferably you also want the daily moving averages in that reload zone. So here you have the daily 50, the daily 20, and of course stochastic RSI is going to be below 30. Now when you hit that reload zone, when the altcoin of choice hits that reload zone, you're going to be below the 4-hour 20 and the 4-hour 50 because the moves have already happened and they've kind of happened almost parabolically. So the 4-hour moving averages, they kind of have to reset. So what you want to see is you want to see Bitcoin retracing lower, maybe down here, right? And if Bitcoin starts retracing lower down here, you then have altcoins like Monero or whatever, right? Forming that rounded structure. Didn't I just put levels on this one? Pretty sure I had like levels and fibs and stuff on this one. Weird. Let's go back to which one was it? Oh, Dodge. Yeah, not XMR. So yeah, so you're going to see like that rounded price action without these wicks right here, rounded price action, come down into reload zone, hit the moving averages on the daily. And then when you're in this area, you want to see a rounded bottom and then a reclaim of the 4-hour moving averages. And that's something I'm looking for before I start longing altcoins. I want to see that retrace and that reset of the current move for Bitcoin, which I think will happen, right? Which I really do think will happen. Yeah, thank you for that. Right. Dollar cost, the not dollar cost average, the DXY, the dollar currency index. Let's look at that one. So something important to note is it doesn't really matter what the dollar currency index is doing on a daily basis or intraday basis. I never really go below the daily on the dollar currency index because it's not directly correlated to Bitcoin or other risk assets. It's not like you have dollar versus risk assets. It's the US dollar measured against a basket of other currencies, right? So looking at it intraday, you can see on the 4-hour and the 1-hour, it really makes little sense because it's not 100% correlated. It is at times, but it's just not a good predictor. Now, if you look at the daily, however, you'll still see that the dollar currency index is definitely in a strong downtrend. You can add a level right here, and if you do some simple TA on this one, you could say that you might bounce here and hit that level right here. And of course, if the dollar currency index comes up and trades and hits this level right here, we're gonna get that retrace. We're gonna get that retrace on Bitcoin, right? And maybe we'll get that retraced back down to the weekly 20 EMA. That would be absolutely fantastic. And if you measure the fib from that low to that high, you'll also see that the reload zone comes in very nicely at the weekly 20 EMA. So it's definitely something to consider, right? Now, we've looked at crypto. There's most likely not going to be any trades on altcoins or Bitcoin today. So let's move over to the Forex market, where we do have some interesting ideas happening right now. So I got my list number 1 right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through this list number 1, and we're going to try to determine if we can find any interesting trade opportunities here. AUD CHF last week gave us 2 amazing trades where we entered the long here, took TP here, entered the long here, and TP'd here. Just really a joy to trade this one. AUD CHF is now reaching a top. As you can see right here, the behavior of this trend is just completely different. You have this top and this top and this bottom, and this bottom looks just, almost identical, right? These bottoms looks identical. These tops looks identical. This is the behavior of the trend. This is the behavior we want to trade, right? Now, what you're seeing right here is just something different. You're creating a low time frame range. A low time frame range after a very strong trending market is a very good indication that we're reaching a local top. This is probably a local top. We're probably going to retrace. Where are we going to retrace to? Well, probably down into reload zone. Is there going to be a trade inside here? Not really, because if price moves down here, it's going to be below the 4-hour moving average. So what we first have to see is a bounce and a reclaim up to 50% if that area is confluent with the 20 EMA and 4-hour. I don't think it will though. So I'm going to move this down to the second list. Gold is on my first list because this is just very, very strong. And I do think that the fib needs to be placed from that low all the way up to that high right there. And you can see, if you just draw a horizontal level with the reload zone right here, you'll see that it kind of fits nicely with a support level as well. So on gold, we might want to look at a test of the 0.702 and then a break and retest of the 50%. That is the possible trade that I'm looking to take on gold. Just going to adding an alert right here. AUD NCD also looks pretty good. I do like AUD NCD. Also, I do believe we have bank holiday in the US, so it might be less volatility. But I don't really care, honestly. Less volume, less volatility. I'm just going to follow the system anyway, right? If I get an enter signal, everything looks good. I'm just going to take the trade, no matter what happens. So yeah, this looks pretty good. A move down inside the reload zone, breaking rates up to 50. That's what I'm looking on AUD and CD, and I think it looks pretty good, right? I think it looks pretty good. Let's put some alerts on Bitcoin as well. Let's zoom out here. Let's put some alerts on the 50 right here, and one above as well, so we know if Bitcoin is breaking out or if it breaks lower for potential retest of that support level. EDNCD, good trade. Euro GBP is about to in 35 minutes. We're gonna have a long signal on Euro GBP, and I'm gonna enter orders. I'm gonna enter orders for this trade right here. If this is a winner, if this trade right here is a winner, I'm going to win that 50%ers funding challenge. So that's pretty cool. I only need a 2R winner to win that one. So I'm really hoping that will happen this week. Well, you know what? I'm gonna try not to focus too much on that and try not to hope or whatever, because it's just I have to be very careful with just focusing on the setups, focusing on every individual trade, and just following them, like just religiously following the system. 80 CAD looks interesting, but I think usually when I want to enter swing trades on a position, I want to have, like, there needs to be a bigger distance between the low and the high. So there needs to be more 4-hour candles between the low and the high for the risk to reward to be, yeah, definitely. Fingers crossed. Thank you. Let's hope that we get that this week or next. It doesn't really matter. I have 5 months left. I've only did one out of 6 months, so I'm pretty well ahead of what's right. So CAD CHF looks pretty good. Pretty good. So this is a potential trade here as well. And if we do close this candle above the 20 EMA in 4-hour, we are also going to get the long signal. Where is this happening? Now, one thing I'm not really loving about this one is the fact that it's above the daily 50. But we did actually take, like, sometimes there's a sometimes I will actually take a long trade if price is below the daily 50. Like, most likely not, but when you see something which is when you see a very obvious break in market structure like this one, where you have a very clear downtrend and then you have a range, and then you have a break and retest of the range highs and a very, very clear break in market structure, I might consider taking that trade, especially when the daily 50 is confluent with the TP1, which it is right here. So this is definitely a possible trade to take today, and that trade might look something like this, where we have to have a wide stop in this one. Like, we enter here, TP would be probably like here. 1.1 and risk to reward on this one will be 2.14. So this is good. I like this one. Definitely a trade we're going to keep our eyes on. I'm putting some alerts on this one. So there's definitely a few ones here that I like. Euro NCD has also been giving us some very interesting trades in the last couple of months. So this is definitely at the top of my list, but I'm just not liking what I'm seeing right here. It seems like an obvious range. I'm going to be moving that down to the second one. Got GBP USD, also second one. It's going to try to keep this list as small as possible. 80 USD, looking good, but still I want a bigger distance between the low and the high. GBP CHF, nothing obvious right here. Okay, Euro CSF, need a big retrace on this one, so nothing obvious here as well. US 30, nope. US 100, maybe. S&P 500, maybe. Not really. UK 100 looking good. The Nike looks good as well. German 40, very strong, probably too strong. Euro 50 also way too strong. All right, so we have a few ones, and honestly, I'm not really liking the indices. I'm going to remove these as well. Now we have four pairs that we're watching: gold, CAD CHF, Euro GBP, and AUD NCD. All right, so that's the 4 pairs that I'm going to be focusing on today and this week, unless I see more setups popping up. And of course, we have the RLZ slingshot indicator working in the background to give us alerts if everything is happening. So yeah, that's it for today. That's my, this live stream, 30 minutes. And in these 30 minutes, I basically made my whole plan for the week, right? Because honestly, guys, like, all I need is one good trade a month to be one good winner a month to be as profitable as I want to be. Last week, I had 4 good winners in a week, which means I can basically sit back and enjoy life, this rest of the month. So yeah, I'm just gonna let's take a look at CAD CHF. So yeah, I'm gonna take it very easy. And why I'm saying this is, like, you don't need more than 30 minutes. And remember, I'm doing live stream and talking at the same time as market scanning. So I could have done this much quicker. So 15 minutes, easily done in 15 minutes. So honestly, guys, like you don't really need more than 15 minutes a day to really trade profitably when trading this system. It's you can definitely have a full-time job and do this at the same time. It's just when you start doing this and you become profitable and you start making money, you don't want to do anything else. That's the thing, you know. You don't want to do anything else. Let's look at CAD CHF. What are we looking for on CAD CHF? Now on CAD CHF, we on CAD CHF, I would want this current forward candle, which closes in 29 minutes. I would want that to close above, like above these wicks right here. So you can see right here, I have my alert right here. So best case scenario is we get a 4-hour bullish engulfing closing up here, and then and when we do get that 4-hour bullish engulfing, I will enter orders on the retest of the 4-hour 20 EMA. So that's what we're watching on CAD CHF. No, I have never studied ICT. I just it's like I don't know, like I don't know anything about him or his techniques or anything like that. All I know is like he has a massive followers and it's like a cult like follower. As soon as if as soon as I see anyone on Twitter write anything even remotely negative about ICT, like this shitstorm of just hundreds of people just descend on that people on that guy to it's crazy. So I have a hard time. I have a really hard time for when somebody kind of creates a cult like persona and a following which is just, I mean, I've seen the people following him talk about how the forex market is going to be over and there's like this algorithm that controls the market and you have to like smart money concept and all that. It's weird. Like, why do you make it so complicated? Just trade the trend. Like, just go long on the break and retest. Like, it doesn't have to be complicated. Like, I'm fairly profitable, and I don't care about any ghost in the machine or algorithm that controls everything and blah blah blah. Like, I don't care. All right, USDC, USD Okay. Yeah, I mean this is dead. I don't know what to tell you. This is if it's not dying, if it's not dead, it's kind of like dying. That's events. Yeah, I mean look at the daily, look at the weekly. I mean, I guess it's at high time frame support, but this is for shorting. Definitely for shorting. Any rallies on this one is for shorting. I don't really have any setup here, but I would like to say this is a good level, perhaps something like this, something like that, perhaps. Yeah, Singapore dollar looks really strong. I mean, we can invert it. Kind of try to see the strength of the Singapore dollar. So if you invert it like this, you can see what it actually looks like. It's I guess it's been in a range since 2015. Hit the range low here and it's now trading at the range high. But that's, you know, obviously the chart is inverted. Sometimes it kind of makes sense to invert the short. All right, guys, I'm done for the day. I'm yeah, that's it. We got gold, CAD CHF, Euro GBP, and AD NCD. I'm probably going to be posting a setup on Euro GBP in 25 minutes, so definitely look out for that one if you're in the trading room. Oh, sorry about that. He just hit the mic. All right, guys, thanks for joining, and I will see you guys in the next one. I will update you guys on Twitter, and of course, if you're in the trading room, you'll get all the updates in there. All right, guys, take care, and see you guys in the next one.